Hello there, we're going to do something slightly different this time around. I'm going to flick through the pages of a couple of books that I have here on a photographer that really inspires my work. That photographer being Luigi Ghirri. I've got here is a couple of books of some of Ghirri's work. Firstly, we have here Pensiero Paesaggio, which means thought landscape. And then we have probably his most famous work, which is Kodachrome. If you are or have ever heard of Luigi Ghirri, this is probably the work that you've heard of, because this is probably the most famous one. One thing I'm going to say is that this video is not going to be some sort of biographical video about, the life of Luigi Ghirri. This is a video that we're going to be looking at some photographs of his in the books that I have here. If you want to find out more about him, then I'll put some links down below. Fair warning, most of the information available about him is in Italian, and up until relatively recently, his work wasn't kind of widely publicized in the English-speaking world. These two books that I've got on my lap here are both published by Mac. I also have a book under here somewhere of his essays and writings, also published by Mac. All these books are incredible. I'm not sponsored or anything by them, but I will say that these are really, really good, really good books. So then, let's have a look at what we got inside of here. So this is the first book that I'm gonna take a quick flick through for you now. This is Luigi Ghirri's most famous work. This is Kodachrome. Like I said at the beginning, as you can guess, all of the photographs were taken on Kodachrome. So I've highlighted a few images that I would like to point out in particular. So these especially, sorry if there's a bit of a shining light, I'm going to move that a little bit up there. There we go, so you can see those. So yeah, if you've seen my kind of photography, you know that I very much like minimalism, which is sort of a big part of Ghirri's work. These are two that I really like. Just pastel colours of the beach and the sky, and then these very bright, I might not show up on the camera so well, but very bright reds of these children's playground equipment. Here. Yeah, these I quite like as well. There's a lot of sort of frames within frames kind of things. This one in particular, as you can see, it's actually a mirror that the picture is in. Looks very much like a window, which I suppose is how it's meant to look, but yeah, so like a window onto the beach, but it's actually a mirror of behind where the photographer is standing. A lot of these seem to be like this across the next few pages as well. I've got another one by here where you may not be able to see quite as well, but it's sort of a mirror of some people sat next to a swimming pool, or like I assume it's the beach actually rather than the swimming pool, but like on the edge of the beach by here, and this is a mirror, but it gives the effect of it looking more like a window into the the outside, I guess. Some more of these as well. Another kind of mirrors being used like windows. This is one that I really like. Again, the camera isn't going to do any of these justice whatsoever, but I love the simplicity of this image. You just got the big empty space, big cutting line across the middle there, leading your eye to just the silhouetted figures there. Just the people stood at this viewpoint. I suppose similar here with the minimalism here, as well as the repetition of just these empty benches, along with the repetition of these clouds as well above it. Find some others that I've marked in the book. I have no idea why I've marked this one. I don't remember marking this one. I mean, I quite like it, like this cow's face popping out there. The kind of, again, frames within frames and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I really like that. So yeah, that's a few photos from Kodachrome that I quite like. Next, I'm going to show you a few bits and bobs from Pensiero Passaggio. So here is one of the other books of Luigi Ghirri's that I've got here. I really like the cover image on this particular one, just the empty piazza at night. I've done an awful lot of walking around various towns and cities in Italy in the dusk and kind of in the night time, just when there's no one or two people around, if that. And yeah, this brings me back. Apologies for the little jump cut there. I've had to adjust the viewing angle of the camera. I didn't realise this book is actually slightly a bit thicker than the last one, wider, sorry, than the last one, so it wasn't as easy to get under the camera. So we're going straight into some of the images that I've kind of bookmarked in this particular one. This is the first one that I've done. I'll try and get it a little bit closer. No, you can't. There we go. That's a bit better there, like that. So yeah, again, minimalism, leading lines and stuff. Just love this, stretching off into the distance. Nice obvious horizons there as well. What else have I? It's one I did before this, actually, I didn't realise. Where is that? Sorry. This will only take me a second. I can't find it. There it is. There it is. Look at the light on that. It's like a painting, isn't it? This is this is Venice. This is I've been here. This is the Bridge of Sighs between the Doge's Palace and the former prison. Yeah, the canal going underneath it. There's light shining right underneath there, coming through. I think that's beautiful. That is. I think that's, like I said, it's almost like a painting. What else have I got that I've highlighted in here? Oh, that's not it. There we go. Here's another one. Here's another one here. Again, it almost looks like a painting. Just pastel colours, light. It's very, very, lack of contrast in there, and it's just really like that. Again, it looks like pretty much every single town that I've been to in Italy. Just these back streets with the light coming down from one street, and you're getting shadows, and the other ones are very, very narrow kind of streets. This is the actual picture that I wanted to stop on. Just this, loving the framing there of that with the kind of columns in the background there. I cannot remember where that is, but this picture reminds me of a photograph that I took in Parma. My photograph is obviously nowhere near as good, never going to claim that, but it does remind me of it somewhat. And then I've got this one here. Just look at the colours and the contrast and everything. Just the repetition of this bizarre wallpaper. It's fantastic stuff. Anyway, that's some images from Pensiero Passaggio. Originally, I wasn't going to include this book in this video. Basically, Luigi Ghirri was a pretty accomplished writer as well as a photographer. He wrote an awful lot for kind of newspapers and journals and the like. And he was a very accomplished reader as well. Accomplished reader, that sounds ridiculous. A very widespread reader, shall we say, who had a big love of Borges, which is a writer that I really like as well. Borges was big on the idea of magical realism, which I think sort of shows in quite a bit of Ghirri's work, sort of seeing magic and interest and just things in the everyday, just seeing something in everyday objects and everyday scenes, and seeing something that is just stand out and different, even if it doesn't look like it stands out or is it different. So originally I wasn't going to show this book. It is mostly a collection of his essays and writings and whatever, but it does have some photographs in it, and they are photographs that I do not have in the other two books that I've just shown. So just going to grab one or two that I remember looking at just to show. Okay, this is one in particular. Again, minimalism. Just look at the blues and the white. It's just so bright, and just there's not a lot going on, but like I said, it's a normal scene, but there's something magical looking about it, isn't it? Just look at that. Another one here. Let me see if I can squeeze that in. There we go, that's better. Sorry, the camera's probably making out that this is actually just a really bad thing, but that's all just fog, so you can't really see it very well on this camera. But yeah, just leading lines going through there. Just again, not really much going on, but I mean, the fog adds a little bit of magical on mystery to it. What's beyond there? What is in there? Getting some more frames within frames, and it's just nothing really going on, but it just looks lovely. So yeah, this book I highly recommend. It's really quite interesting to read his thoughts on photography and other things as well. Hopefully you found that informative and enjoyed. Hopefully you enjoyed hearing me talk over someone else's much better photography than mine for once. Yeah, let me know what you thought of this video. I may do others in the future about other photographers, or perhaps even authors that inspire my work, because one thing I'll say is that all art is art. It all inspires each other. You don't have to be inspired by a photographer if you want to take pictures. You can be inspired by books and paintings and all sorts. So it's all the same thing. Until next time, bye bye.